Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. After a short break there, and by short, I guess that was really kind of like 2 hours. There was shit I had to take care of, then I had to eat, then there was more shit I had to take care of, so, you know. But I'm back, that's all that matters. So, I'm gonna play for, maybe, you know, an hour, maybe 2 hours. We'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. I don't want to stay awake too late and totally nuke my sleep schedule, but, definitely wanted to take the time to do a little bit more leveling, because now I've got bit by the bug, man, and I just feel like playing. So, that's what I'm gonna do. And sit in queue for a little bit here. Hooray! Dude, oh, is this true? Obviously, it's a rumor, but... Intel 14th Gen Meteor Lake and 15th Gen Arrow Lake desktop CPUs rumored to launch in 2023 to 2024 on new LGA 2551 socket platform. Man, like, why can't... Why can't Intel give us a socket platform again that like lasts a while? Like, why do we get like every couple of years, dude? Like, we just got to LGA 1700, man. Like, why, you know? And it's not like the boards are fucking cheap anymore, dude. Like okay, mid-range boards are like $300-400 now, sometimes more. It's fucking aggravating. It was like, all right, now you got to spend like fucking $700. Like, if you're going, you know, top tier processor, spending like $700 on a fucking processor, then you can spend like $500 on a good board if you feel like, you know, if you're gonna overclock like and shit. Dude, PC building is getting fucking expensive, man. Like, it's always been kind of expensive, but, like, it's getting out of hand, man. Like, it's fucking nutty. Alright. So we can fly here now, for anyone that missed it earlier. I finally found the Aether current that I was missing. So now we picked up a couple of, other quests here. Where did I put the... Oh. Sorry if my eye looks kind of fucking weird. It's like itchy as hell. I don't know why it happened. You know, for like a split second there when I jumped, I didn't think I was gonna... I didn't think I was gonna fly. Like, it kind of scared me for a second. Didn't expect it for a second there. It's damselflies, not, there we go. I have to do 3 of those? Where are the other? Oh, okay. Try to engage it over this way so I don't, pull the other shit. Yeah, again, for anybody that missed it, I just, I started getting back into this. I haven't touched Final Fantasy since 2015. So. Getting back into it. I was like, you know what? I've got nothing else worthwhile to play right now. You know, like, I was playing Blood Hunt. No, like, decent updates for that. So, yeah, it kind of fell by the wayside. Battlefield was a bust. Though I'm hoping that, you know, Season 1 brings with it something decent, but like I've said before, I'm cautiously optimistic about that. I don't want to get myself too hyped and just get let down, you know what I mean? So. Alright, so that's one of those done. I suppose we could bring this right back since it's right over here. Turn this in with old Mognal. Thanks so much, Kupo. So much determination, though. These are like the same. I don't, whatever. We'll just take whatever. I'm not fucking eating anything anyway. Like, I'm just questing. It's not that serious. What's going on here, friend? Oh, no. Unwinged Demolisher. Yeah, I've been enjoying it. I just started, like I said, I just started back up yesterday. I mean, the day before I played around with getting my HUD into like some sort of a workable position, but yesterday was really when I played. I only did like 2 hours of kind of like half-ass questing because I didn't know where the fuck I left off. I still don't know what I'm doing. And I'm about to ding 57. I think I was like at the very beginning of 56 when I started, so. We'll bring this back quick. I'm not paying attention to the text and the story of like the side fucking thing of the side quests, like the smaller stuff. But I am gonna like read and pay attention to the main scenario stuff because it's kind of important. Like, why am I gonna play the game if I don't know what's going on? Oh, that sends me backwards. All right, let's just come over here to this one right quick and see what we got going on. Probably gotta. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, sorry about leaving so abruptly earlier. Like I said, some shit came up. My youngest son goes out to play, and he like there's this girl he plays with, and she has a little brother that's like 4 years younger, who's a fucking asshole and doesn't know how to keep his hands to himself. So my son ended up, we had just gotten him a new phone, so that phone is like a little scuffed now. And he's got some pretty nasty scrape on his knee. So, went over to talk to the parents, whom are fucking dipshits, by the way, like complete and utter dipshits. But in talking with their daughter, we actually found out some shit that that had went on that kind of let us know that our son wasn't quite as innocent as he had let us on. As he had led us to believe. As most kids do, you know. I don't want to get in trouble. So that was like an interesting conversation. It started out as pretty hostile initially. So I don't want my fucking kid being bothered by somebody else's kid, dude. Like, I don't care if he's fucking 4 years younger. Like, doesn't mean shit. Just, like, don't fucking, you know, tell your kid to not put his hands on mine. Or there's gonna be problems. You know, so it went from hostile like that to... Then the daughter, like, explained what had went on, and it was like, oh, well, okay. Can kind of see where things sort of went awry. And then it turned it into like, yeah, okay, you know, kids will be kids, I get it, blah, 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 but still, don't fucking let your kid touch mine again. So, hopefully that got through to them. They seem like dipshits, though. I'm not. I was gonna say, I don't think I'm in flight, but I was. Hey! Ding, ding, ding! 57! Nice. Let me see these. Do I get anything? When's the next time I get anything out of this? 58, I get... Next action is executed without MP cost. That might be cool for popping off with something that's like hella expensive, like a Medica or like a bigger cure. What's this one over here? Yeah, let's do this. Then I think it'll probably take us back over there, and then we can head south to go turn these in. I think. Really? Just one of those over here? Oh, of course they're gonna put some like right next to a mob. Makes sense. What happened here? I have no idea what the fuck this is. Oh, I hit retry. Whatever. It's some random fucking Microsoft C++ thing. What? I don't even know what it is, but okay. Surprised these things aren't aggroing on me. He will, yep. You son of a bitch. Knew it was gonna happen eventually. Tried to be sneaky, but I failed. That's alright. Kill him right quick. Carry on. See fucking any others. Am I missing something? Oh. Nope, that's a win. It's a win, Sprite. What the fuck? Oh, what the shit? Ah, there we go. Grab this. Stay looking that way. Stay looking that way. Good. Oh no, that turn-in's gonna be all the way down there. Okay, excellent. All right, I'm gonna head over west then and check these out and see where they end up sending us for the turn-in. Fair enough, eh? Alright, what do I gotta do down here? Talk to this dude. The dragons are everywhere, Kupo. Okay, I spoke with him. Now what? Looks like I gotta head a little bit north. What I'm gonna do is go do this quest right quick. Thoughtless Dragon. Wow. Doesn't seem so thoughtless to me. Wow, I'm amazed that my fucking, my Choco has, had aggro for a minute there. That was... Wait, what? There's something else here. Oh, the dragon egg. Okay. I'm like, wait a second, the shit is still showing up on the mini-map. Why? Now I know. Alright, now. That's gonna head us this way. Okay, good. So on the way back, we could stop in over here. Then head over to that turn in, and then head south, and then we'll have to head up north for, the rest of these quests. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Yummy, yummy, yummy quests. Thank you. You sense a hostile presence. Indeed. It's already nibbling on me. I have to wait for another egg? Oh no, I just gotta talk to this guy. I thought I was done for, Kupo. Oh. It's what I'm here for, friend. Save the lives of those who can't save themselves. Oh, I totally flew by because I wasn't paying attention. God damn it. Oh, they're getting the whole band back together. Look at all this shit. Are they gonna try to go fight some shit together now, or they learned their lesson that maybe they should just keep to themselves? Okay. Alright, alright. I'll go back over here. This should end this, like, line, because that line went for a little bit, so... Hey, the whole family's here. Look at that. I didn't want to talk to you. I wanted to talk to this guy. Or girl. I'm so tired of it, like, clicking on my fucking... Oh my god, dude. Listen, alright, as much as I love my Gobby, I'm gonna dismiss him because he's just kind of getting in the way. Oh no! We lost track of people. How? Wait, it's down? Oh. Yo, Moglio! A dragon attacked. You don't say. you see me looking over, this is where chat is, by the way. So I like to make sure that nobody's I like to make sure I'm not missing anything. Not that there's a lot going on to miss. But you know. Oh, you know. What do I have in my bags currently? I know I have some. I got some high elixir. I don't have a whole lot of these, actually. I'm gonna take one of these pups. Thank you. Oh, now I opened up. All right, so you know what I'm gonna do? Like, the stuff keeps opening up here now. I'm gonna go turn these in and see where they send me, because. Yeah. Bum, bum. Sorry, my wife was like, "Are you streaming again, LOL?" Well, yes. Yes, I am. Would you like to watch? Let's be honest, she's got her own shit going on. She doesn't want to watch. She'll toss me on her iPad for a while with the volume way down low. The volume way down low. Alright, one of these should be up on this level somewhere. Yeah, there he is. Spectacular, Kupo! We're gonna float our way down. Yeah, his friend asked me to deliver it, alright. Oh, we got another quest from him. Oh my god! Get out of my way, nightmare! Fuck! Wait, oh, this... Yeah, I'm... Okay, I can continue the main scenario. If I could only... Oh, I didn't see what he said. Something about eating dragon eggs, I think. Fucking Moogles, man. Odd creatures. Oh, this is up. Up, up, and away! Can I help you? Yeah. Alright, so they gave us something over here, so let's go do that. Excuse me, excuse me. Dude, flying makes this shit so much more bearable. Holy fuck. I wish I could fly like in the fucking the Sea of Clouds or whatever the fuck it is. Because that place is fucking frustrating. So frustrating. Without flight. Get rid of that paralysis right quick. Catch you, bitch. Wait, am I supposed to be doing something to these? Yeah, I've been. Oh no! Well, yeah, we just. Okay. So clearly. Can I use this? Yeah, let me sneak up on him. I'm gonna cut you, bitch! Ha Oh. Didn't even have to fight him. Would you look at that? Let's see if we could be as sneaky with these. Oh, oh. Ah, okay. Good. Then there, I realized after like the first two that like, uh-oh, maybe, come on. Realized after the first two that... Hello? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay. No, no, no. We flying. We flying. Oh, no. He's chasing me. Alright, go away. Son of a bitch. Alright, let's try this again. Maybe I gotta sit here and wait for a minute for the whole fucking thing? Alright. I think I took off too fast last time, so it didn't register. That's I. That's I. Turn this in. I feel a lot better, Kupo. Glad to hear it. Alright, where are we off to? Oh, see? Okay, that worked out good. We're gonna come back over here. I can, I'm gonna come here on the way. I'm gonna, like, do this and then sweep around to the west. Hey, Kenny! I'm doing all right, man. Doing all right. Just, hanging out. Playing some, relaxing Final Fantasy XIV. How's everything going with you? A while. My fault, not yours. It's up here, right? Somewhere? I don't even know what I gotta do. What is it? No country for young Moogles. Find the missing Moogles. Okay. Are they up here, though? Ah, yes, they are. Impotent Moogle. Okay. I can't feel my feet. These Moogles, man, they're not too terribly bright. Like, keep fucking with these dragons, man. It's like, haven't you learned that, like... Look at this guy right here. He's like, oh man, I'm not scared. Next time I go on an adventure, I'm gonna pull a dragon's tail. You stupid? Doing the same, really. Same typical hobby stuff for sure. I hears you. I hears you. Where's this last one? Right there? Yeah, there he is. Spotted his little pink doodad. I hear you. 14 is an MMO, so it's kind of like a continuing story of its own. No, that makes perfect sense. I totally get it. I mean, the beauty of Final Fantasy is that they've always been episodic, but at the same time, you know, there's obviously reuse of, or recurring, creatures and shit, like chocobos and whatnot, so it kind of can get tiresome for sure. I've only played through 2 of them, believe it or not. The single player ones. That was Final Fantasy X and X-2, the sequel to it. I started playing 7 a long time ago, but unfortunately my brother decided that he wanted to play, and he kind of took over. So that was that. Guess I gotta go up farther? Oh my god. They just put this so high. I can only climb so fast. Yeah, they do. Or at least they did. I haven't created anything new. I played this at launch in 2010. It was a shit game. And when they re-released it, I came back to play. Then the last time I played it was in 2015. It's really interesting what people will complain about these days. I will say that I think the cat-like race in the cat-like race in 11 could only be female, whereas I think in this it could be either or now. I think. Don't quote me on that. I still gotta get 2 more of these the nests, but not seeing. Oh, they're probably over here. Even though the shit doesn't show it. No, I'm completely wrong. I guess I just have to sit here and wait for them to respawn. Or is there shit up here? Oh, okay. Look at that. Yeah, I don't, in terms of like character creation and shit, I don't think too much changed between its initial release in 2010 and its like re-release, its renaissance in, I don't remember when the hell it came back out, but head down here, pick up this quest. I'm gonna go turn in the other one and grab the one next to it. Oh my god. Itchy nose, itchy nose, itchy nose. Be perfectly fine. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of games are pretty restrictive in that regard. Shit always seems to follow like you know. Yeah, it just doesn't seem to lend itself to stuff like that for some reason. Would be an interesting approach to that, though, so you don't have to deal with whining fucking... whining virtue signalers. Come on. Jesus. Wouldn't let me dismount. Yeah, I've seen that too. All in the name of representation. It is what it is, man. People in the world will always find a reason to complain about any witch thing, and social media and the internet kind of gives people a little bit of amplification to their otherwise quiet nonsense. Not to say I'm against inclusivity, by the way. Just that I don't think it has to be like something that's shoehorned into everything just for the sake of putting into everything. Because then at that point it tends to become the focus of storytelling as opposed to an element of it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna take some of this right here. I'm doing a lot more shoehorning and making. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff where it's like, hey, we have to make sure we tick some boxes. And it's like, instead of focusing on ticking boxes for, yeah, exactly. Instead of ticking boxes for representation and inclusion, like, how about you just create a good story? Create interesting characters that happen to be, you know, whatever X representation you're trying to include. Like, focus on the character first and then, you know, work out that other shit afterwards. What does that mean, pulling up the ladder? You sense a hostile presence. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, because now instead of it being seen as an opportunity, it's seen as like a marginalization, sort of. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, interesting times we live in, man. Interesting times for sure. Frustrating for reasonably minded people. Yeah, right? There's a lot of, well, I mean, consider for a moment, the whole Harvey Weinstein thing, right? His, I mean, you know, the method for becoming big in Hollywood for a female, you know, followed a certain kind of, you know, formula with certain extracurricular activities that were being fulfilled, you know what I mean? And that's just kind of the way it was. And then once those people made it, after a while decided like, hey, you know, we're gonna kind of pull that rug out. Mind you, I don't agree with that method at all, you know, like I'm not like I'm not some fucking sympathizer for predators, but when that's kind of like the commonplace thing, and then you reach stardom and then you turn around and you kind of pull the rug out from people that, you know, it's kind of like, oh, well, I'm rich and famous now, so now I'm going to turn back and shit on the ability for other people to do that in that same way. Get that leg up. Yeah. Yeah, child actors especially. Not even just women. Takes a sick fucking person to prey on the innocence of a child, you know what I mean? What am I supposed to be doing here? It says I have to go up. Oh, I gotta go all the way back up here. This takes so long. Hey! Oh my god, did this guy wipe these? Ah, so you've brought a member of mankind to fight alongside you. You've done well to survive the attacks of my minions. Yeah, yeah, you're not gonna succeed, pal. You're kind of fucked. Uh-oh, time ran out on my fucking, my guy here. Yeah, get fucked, man. Take out this poison real quick. Got to see some creepy shit from the Korean scene too. All the old ladies running up on this young idol group and grabbing their crotch. Holy fuck, dude. Apparently this crowd of women were allowed to do that multiple times as employees. Jesus. Well, there's double standards in that shit too. You know, like, women are allowed to ogle and objectify men, but if you go to do that like, if a man goes to do that to a woman, it's seen as, like, some sexist, you know, bullshit. harassment. And I can actually speak to that from firsthand experience, working in women's clothing. I was subjected to a lot of what would have been in the reverse roles considered harassment. But I'm just expected to take it because I'm a guy. You know what I mean? There's a lot of that happened, actually. And it is what it is. Fuck is all the way out here? The fuck is this over here? It's probably of some significance to the story later. I just want to fly to uncover some of this shit on the map. Yeah. There they are. Fuck, a lot of yawning. I apologize. It's late for me. It's been a long day. I just wanted to get back on and play for a little bit longer. Like I said when I fired the stream back up, like I've got that itch to play this now, so it's trucking along now. Alright. Let's see what this fucking guy's got to say. Am I gonna have to deal with Moglin again? Fucking take some more savage materia. Fuck yeah. Alright, so looks like we're all done with like the southern portion of this, so I'll head up north a little bit. Oh, I have some quests that lead up here. Alright. I didn't even realize. Might help if I were facing north, right? I think I want to, because these, fuck, I'm so sorry. Because these are still like a couple levels below me, I think I want to finish off, the chunk of this zone before I jump into, continuing the main scenario. Because that's for like level 57. There's a level 58 quest somewhere that I have to remember to pick up too. Gatherers stuff, huh? That's something I haven't done either, is like the crafting and gathering in this. I haven't done like any of it. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Oh my god! Yeah, that seems to be kind of the thing of the day. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't with pretty much anything. You know, ostracized no matter what you do. It's just a matter of what angle you want to be fucking shit on from. That's why, generally speaking, I'll keep to myself. I don't even fucking... I try not to even comment on, I don't know. Like, I'll chat and shit on here, but, like, generally speaking, I usually won't even entertain commentary on stuff like that, just because I don't feel like dealing with it. Not interested in, arguing people on their points and shit, even if I agree, like, Oh, exactly. Apologizing to anybody. With respect to that shit is a waste of time. Oh my god. Trying to think of... Oh, I had somebody that whispered me earlier. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm just checking something. Yeah, I mean, this person messaged me like an hour ago. I feel bad. I don't ever look at, not that I don't ever, you know, look at them. I obviously, like, I look at my DMs, but not like very often, and especially not like if I'm streaming and stuff. So apparently this person DM'd me like an hour ago, which was about the time that I started streaming, asking me like if I stream often. Kind of an interesting thing, like they could have just asked me in chat. Yeah, a lot of streamers will like either outright ban or give like a one and only warning, because they just don't want to deal with the drama that it might cause. And I understand with that. Like, I understand that. I get it. And truth be told, I think if I were a bigger channel with more heads chatting, I might curb it a bit more too. Not because I personally want to like shy away from it in the sense that like I'm scared of the discussion. There are way too many people out there that aren't mature enough to have a conversation without devolving into, you know, just crazy bullshit. So it's best to just, excuse me, leave well enough alone and try to put all of the focus or emphasis on you know, things that can be divisive but also, you know, not crazy divisive, like sports or, you know, factions in a video game or something, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, there's to get back to your point about being a trade of the cause or choosing war and shit like that. That shit, I find that shit so hilarious. You and somebody else could have 9 out of 10 things in common in your ideology, but now like that one thing instantly casts you out in their mind as some sort of like fucking heathen, irredeemable. Fuck is this? Is this? Am I missing something? Am I looking around? Yeah, I mean, there was a long time where people were like totally cool with each other, like even like not agreeing. You know, like even now, like I have a lot of like internet friends whom I 100% would not agree with in their thought process at all, but I'm still friends with them because they're still cool people. Like they just see the world a little bit differently. That's whatever. That's, you know, the common interests are the common interests. They haven't changed. They're the same as they were before I found out what their, you know, what they think about X subject. So it's, you know. Yeah, that's why, like I said, I like, generally speaking, I don't even, whether I agree or disagree, usually, I mean, you're cool, obviously, you know, we've been chatty for a long while, so I don't mind chatting up with you about shit like this, but like I said, usually I'll try to just, even if I agree with stuff, like I said, because I don't want to even get into it, because it's just like, I don't know, it's stressful is what it is, because you have to worry about like, okay, so I start talking to somebody, we agree on, you know, X topic, but like that X topic that we're talking about, chatting about, shifts into like some other, you know, social issue of our time that we maybe not disagree with. And so it's like you're always kind of walking on eggshells to make sure that you're not like gonna hit that 10th point that you just don't agree with each other and then set somebody off. You know, like, I'm a reasonable person, that wouldn't bother me, but you know, the anonymity of the internet and just like, you know, the non, like the non-intimacy of it, of chat over the internet, you know what I mean? It's like, it's difficult to gauge what somebody might be comfortable with discussing and disagreeing on and not blowing their top over. Where is it? I'm not gonna go all the way up there just for that right now. Yep. Yeah, you gotta walk on eggshells with like everybody these days, unless you just don't approach those topics, period. Oh, these are right here. I'm like, oh, I'm off to fly away. No, I just gotta fuck these trees up real quick. And I know we've talked about this before, Kenny, but I truly believe that, like, people need a sense of purpose in this world today because everything is so easy, relatively speaking. You know, like, almost everybody is first world problems type of shit now. So people need something to latch on to kind of fulfill that sense of purpose. And so when you threaten that, you know, whatever ideology it is that they've latched onto, It's almost like you're attacking their sense of self, you know, and their self, their purpose. First world problems, yeah. Yeah, I truly believe that that's what it is. Like, I think that, like, and you know, I don't want to go so far as to say it's like people have become soft, but, you know, the world is a much easier place to live in, even for the most misfortunate people, than it would have been 100 years ago. And like I said, I think that a lot of the ease of today is kind of pulled away some of people's sense of purpose and belonging. And not to mention, social media kind of gives you that avenue to kind of seek out or be exposed to stuff that you could easily latch onto. You know? Yeah, it's a cycle. It's a cycle. I love that, by the way, that quote. Oh, I did it again. I went to go fly away and my shit is right here. Big Melon Slapper 420 with the follow. Thank you. Appreciate that, man. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Oh, I thought that was an enemy right there. I was like, oh no. Yeah. Oh shit, this guy finally got back to me. Holy fuck. Dude, I've been waiting since last. All right, so the audio system in both of my cars is kind of like fucked due to moisture. So I went and brought it to this guy I've been going to for years to have him kind of assess the situation. And, you know, in leaving, we were like, all right, you know, come up with a quote for me and, you know, I'll get back to you. So he came up with a quote for me, he gave it to me last night, and I'm like, all right, yeah, that's pretty agreeable. And I sent him a message. I was like, cool, let's do it. You know, like, how much do you need up front to order the parts and stuff? Dude, he's been on and offline, like, all day, so I know he's seen my messages, but he didn't fucking respond to me until, like, just now. Hopefully the shit is in stock, dude. I don't want to wait with my fucking busted ass mid bases. Even though I certainly don't think this is followable. See, I'm on Twitter and I'll kind of like give a cursory browse to most things, but like so much of social media interaction is so fucking fake. So, you know, like I fucking hate that. And it's not just Twitter either. Like, it's just all social media. Like, it's everybody's fake. Even the people that are like assholes and shit like that, like half of them are fucking trolls. They wouldn't chat that way with you in real life at all. I feel like a lot more people are agreeable than what social media would have you believe. It's just that, like I said before, the anonymity of the internet kind of gives people the fortitude to kind of, I don't know, let loose in ways that they wouldn't normally. And as it relates to Twitter, some of his ideas for, like, you know, making like the algorithm that it utilizes like open source and shit like that, like, I totally agree with that. And you know, it is kind of seen as an extreme view to some extent, but I am of the opinion that free speech is free speech, whether or not, you know, you like it, or even, like, in the case of misinformation, like, people shouldn't have to be handheld when it comes to acquiring knowledge. You know what I mean? Like, if I, personally speaking, if I see something on the internet, I'm not trusting it at face value. Like, I look around at as many sources, you know, as is feasible, you know, depending on the topic and shit, to kind of find, like, a common theme amongst whatever the news is, to sort of kind of find whatever's closest to the truth. You know what I mean? I'm not, you know, I don't think that people should be, I mean, it sucks, okay? Misinformation sucks. Leading people in a bad direction, you know, whether nefariously or just out of ignorance, it sucks. But, like, people should do their due diligence. Like, it shouldn't have to be done for you. It kind of, like, it eliminates that sense of critical thinking. You know what I mean? And, yeah, I'm not about that. Like, hateful as fuck shit? Yeah, that shouldn't, you know, I don't think that should be there. But in the case of misinformation, you know, like, I don't think that needs to be like a super focus of stuff. Because then there's a flip side of that too, right? In that some stuff that today might be misinformation because details of a subject aren't quite known, tomorrow might not be misinformation. It might be, you know, more truthful or factual than what was initially thought. You know, what do you do then? Got some dies to pick from? Why couldn't they just give me a little bit of all of these? We are gonna grab... Oh, that sucks. You can't even look that. Oh, that, well, I guess they can, yeah. We're gonna go with the... I'm gonna go with the royal blue. Sorry, I kind of went off on a tangent. Like, I kind of stopped reading a little bit. I'm sorry, Kenny. Yeah, a lot of people won't talk shit face to face, even as good. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good quote. That's a good quote. I like that. Yeah, to some extent, yeah. But, like, at the same time, as it relates to COVID, and I'm not an expert, I'm not claiming to be, and I don't claim to know anything about epidemiology or, you know, any of that shit. But I will say that, like, for COVID specifically, you know, there were a lot of unknowns initially and shit that wasn't necessarily known, or at least we were led to believe that there was a lot of unknowns. And so I could see how some standards or recommended practices would change as more data comes in. But there probably was some political component to some of the decision making, at least on a state-by-state basis. I don't necessarily think Fauci is like some, you know, evil guy trying to push some, you know, I don't necessarily buy into that, like, conspiracy theorist, like Fauci's part of like this globalist cabal type of shit, you know? Yeah, my big thing in the beginning was they said that masks weren't necessary. Well, like, everybody, and like, again, I'm not a scientist. I don't have any sort of education in that at all. I just I used what in my mind made sense to kind of, you know, like, people were suffering with respiratory issues. That in my mind speaks airborne. So even when they initially said masks weren't worth it, I was wearing a mask. Because, you know, not that I distrust the information that was coming out, I just, in my mind, it didn't make sense at the time. And then it turned out that masks were helpful. Then it turned out that only certain masks were helpful. You know, it's data. A lot of it is data, and without the right data, you can't make the appropriate decisions. I agreed with the lockdowns to kind of get a handle on what was going on and sort of assess what could be done. I think the lockdowns developing into lockdownerism was at the detriment of, you know, the economy, which in itself can be just as problematic for society as an epidemic. But, you know, hindsight is 2020. Not to kind of make that pun. So, with Roe v. Wade, it does get punted back to the states, and I respect states' rights as it pertains to like doing what works for your region. But and here's where, like, not that I'm conflicted, but here's where, like, some shit wouldn't necessarily agree. Somebody wouldn't necessarily agree with this that would have agreed with all of my other shit. I'm pro-choice. You know, I think what somebody does is their choice. I understand the pro-life thought process, whether it's, you know, grounded in religion or in just a sense of, you know, life at conception type of thing. But with Roe v. Wade, I could understand the outrage, because abortion isn't something that is only gonna fit a certain geographic area. You know what, like, the circumstances of an abortion aren't going to be different for somebody in Florida than they are in, say, Iowa. You know what I mean? So having kind of like a federal sort of blanket on that, I feel, is more beneficial, because it kind of, as weird as it sounds, well, not weird, it kind of like helps preserve the separation of church and state. You know what I mean? Because then you won't get those hyper-religious people And again, I respect the people and I respect the view. I'm not going to attack anybody for that view. It is what it is. It's, but to some extent, it is grounded in sort of like a religious thing. And I don't think that that should be forced upon on anyone, or not anyone, on everybody as like a, hey, you can't explore this avenue. Shrathina, thank you for that follow. I'm sorry, I was in the middle of a thought, and like if I lose the thought, then it's lost forever. That's just how my mind works. Just too tin white, so many stone threes, not to try to derail the topic or anything. No, by all means. Welcome, first of all. I just started getting into playing this after a long hiatus. Last time I played this was in 2015. The reason for the stone threes, I honestly have no reason. If that's no, the reason is initially I think I had like stone 1 and stone 2 here to kind of the fuck is it called? I was just talking about it earlier too. Fuck, dude, I can't think of the term, but you know what I mean? Using different spell ranks. Then I realized that there's no point while I'm fucking leveling, because I don't need to control aggro, and I don't need to, I don't need to worry about the typical things that I would have to if, where I would have to use different spell ranks for shit. So that's why those are like that. And again, I'm just yesterday was my first day back into this after a long time. And, as you can see, even when I did play, I didn't get a whole lot done. So, I'm just kind of picking up where I left off. And, not really knowing where I left off, to be fair, because it was 7 years ago. Oh, good. It's a very different game now. It is. I was saying this earlier. I recall White Mage leveling being absolutely fucking horrendous 7 years ago. I don't know if that's just like my mind playing tricks on me, or if it genuinely is easier now. But it feels like they tweaked some shit for at least the damage output. And I know they tweaked spells and shit, because there was some stuff on my bars when I first logged in that I couldn't use anymore. Like stance switching. I remember there was like switching stances to do more damage, but your healing was reduced, or vice versa. Or maybe that would just changed when I became a white mage. I don't know. But needless to say, like, I'm fresh back into it, and I'm trying to get my grip on everything. And at least one big overhaul. Gotcha. Good to know. Good to know. Because the only people I played with also stopped playing about that time, so I'm kind of on my own with respect to sort of figuring this shit out and getting back into it. I think this is underneath me. Ah, it is. I thought that I dismounted, but okay. Guess I didn't. Oh boy. It's a wide range on that AoE. Something removed entirely. I like that change. I mean, it removes a layer of play, I guess. Like, it kind of lowers the skill ceiling a bit, which is fine. But it was a... tanks and it only increases enmity. Oh, okay, 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 cool. That makes sense. That's good, actually. I don't like the idea of like like the tank classes switching into like a little bit of a DPS role automatically, you know, or switching into a tank role automatically, you know, like getting shit on damage wise. But yeah, I feel like the stance switching was a way for like advanced players to kind of like stand out a little bit. I personally don't care. Like, I was able to do it effectively when I did play. But I'm not like some elitist douchebag that thinks that like everything needs to be, you know, everything needs to have such a complexity to it to weed out weed people out, you know, who might not take the game as seriously as others. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with it not being in. It's not really a huge deal. It's less work for me, so I could appreciate that. Tons of diversity in classes, so if you want a more complex, something more complex, you can switch it. Gotcha. I played Final Fantasy XI for a long while. I didn't get like particularly far in it, with respect to like getting into raiding and shit, and I never actually hit max level in that game, which makes me really sad. But I actually really enjoyed the Dark Knight in that game, which I think is in this game the Reaper, or closely resembles the Reaper. So my thought process in how I'm gonna go about leveling and stuff is that I'm probably gonna I want to finish off the White Mage. It's what I started, it's what I ended as in 11, so I want to get that to max level, you know, get as far into the main scenario quest as I can, you know, without having to do like a bunch of raiding, if that's even part of it. And then probably switch over to that. Dude, the whole idea of using a scythe as a weapon was fucking awesome to me, man. And also wielding dark magic or black magic, whatever. It was fucking awesome. Dude, I loved Final Fantasy XI, man. This game reminds me of it a lot. Like, I'm glad that... Like, I played this at launch when it was still doo-doos. And what they've done with it since then... Like, it reminds me so much of 11 now. In, like, all of the best ways. The tough stuff is always optional. Okay, that's cool. I mean, like I said before, like, I don't want to say like I'm an advanced player, but like I take the game and my performance a little bit more seriously than the average casual person. So I like to delve into the challenge of some of the harder stuff, if I could get there, obviously. But I do appreciate that there's at least an avenue for people whom aren't hardcore about it to at least experience the story in its entirety. World of Cross. Oh, you love the Death Knight? Yeah. I never... I was always a warlock in WoW. Like, from the time I first started playing it until until I put the game down at the end of Cataclysm. That was just wanted to make sure I saw the trailers for Sea of Stars. Dude, drop links in my DM. I'll check them out. I'm always down to check out new stuff, man. Like, especially lately, because like I vaguely remember you mentioning Sea of Stars. I don't recall Gord though. Yeah, I'm like, especially these days because yeah, take your time. I'm gonna be around for a little bit here. Especially these days, man, because like there's so little in the gaming market that appeals to me now, you know, and I don't. Not out yet. Okay. Definitely, if I had a static, I'd probably try out the hard stuff just for the experience. Yeah. Yeah, the more accommodating a game can be for all different like experience and commitment levels, the better. Especially if it can be integrated in such a way that it's not like a vastly different storytelling experience, you know what I mean? Or what have you. Towards multiplayer? Like I said, man, I'll check it out. And yeah, actually, to get back to your comment, Shrathine, I hope that's an accurate pronunciation. By the way, I apologize if it isn't. But yeah, like the sheer like diversity in jobs and stuff in this is like kind of crazy to me. Like they kind of like got a little bit of everything in here now. Like 11 was like that too. It's something I really appreciated, and especially being able to change it on the fly. Like you don't have to make a whole separate fucking character just to do it. Yep, that's right. Okay, good. You know, I've been on and off streaming for a few years, and you know, there's been people that have come and gone and whatnot. And it's like, it's still so nerve-wracking to me when I go to pronounce a name, because it's like, I don't want to fuck it up and make somebody uncomfortable or push somebody off. Yeah, that always bothered me too about WoW. Because like I said, I started Final Fantasy XI was my first foray into MMOs. So it kind of spoiled me in that regard. Some of them didn't even try. I try to be thoughtful about it, like in my head before I'll read it in my head like a couple of different ways. And then I guess just try to deduce what sounds the most phonetically appropriate, I guess. I guess everybody does that when they try to pronounce a name, but like I consciously sit here and I'll read it a couple of times just to kind of like see if there's other ways in my head that it could be pronounced that maybe I'm not thinking about when I read it initially. But yeah, Kenny, if it's a decent looking game, like with a solid story or whatever, like I'd be down to play that. And yeah, I had some I don't want to say a lot of butchering of my last name, but there's been enough of it. So I totally get you there. I think everybody experiences it to some degree, unless you have like a really, really basic name. No disrespect to those people. Civilization building sim. This is up, huh? Wait, up where though? Oh no, it's down. I'm like sitting there and I'm like, wait. What's this arrow trying to tell me? All right, it's up a level, so it's up here somewhere. Ah, there it is. Open your eyes, Satan. I appreciate that info. Is there anything shorter than that you wouldn't mind I call you, or is Trathina like kind of just like it? It's fine if it is, by the way. It's like with Kenny, like I'm not gonna, you know, takes a little bit of effort to call Kenny 94550. Trath. All right. That's something that I can do. I can do that for sure. Yeah, I appreciate the info. I honestly do. Because like I said, I don't have anybody that is still into this. You know, I might be pulling somebody back in who used to play with me. But I don't currently have anybody aside from you now, thankfully, that could kind of give me some info on some shit when I need, you know, when I have questions. Yeah, that happens to everybody now. There's so many people on the internet that, like, there are very few names out there that are going to be unique enough to not require some sort of, like, alteration or numerical additions. Oh, I appreciate that, Trath. I appreciate that. Thank you. I'll definitely take you up on that in the event that I get stuck or what the hell is this now? Or if I need help with like group quests or right now I have a couple of like oldie quests like level 50. I think one's Shiva Extreme and the other one's Titan Extreme. I sat in queue in the duty queue for a while earlier. I was just like, it wasn't going anywhere, so I said screw it. Gotta do what we gotta do, man. You're right, you're right. Oh. Oh, what level is he? Oh, he's still rank 8. I forgot how good this game is, though. I forgot how fun it is to just, only in mentor roulette, so those don't pop most. Ah, okay, okay. Because I'm sitting there and I'm like, excuse me, fucking voice cracked a little bit there. Like I'm excited to play. Yeah, I sat there, and I think there were like 2 DPS that popped in, like at the most populated that the queue had went into, and that was it. I was like, all right, well, I'll just get back to questing then. Come on, I hit the button, dude. First world problems, it is. It could be not all right. So not that it could be frustrating, but yeah, it could be fucking frustrating sometimes where it's like, you know, I've been able to get the name Satan Spawn without a lot of shit, like on a lot of platforms and games and whatnot. But like, there's some of the stuff that I have to take that hit and add like, you know, numbers. And it's like, God damn it, man. Like, there's so much of this that I have, like, no numbers. I don't know. Maybe it's an OCD thing. It does. It agitates me. Not that I don't want to be the only one in the world with it, obviously. You know, that's billions of people, but I don't know, I like uniformity. Yeah. We, there was an entire guild of us in WoW that we wanted to keep together even as we like branched out into other games, because there's like, you know, there's a cool social aspect to gaming and stuff, you know, like it's nice, like oh, it's one of those fucking Vista things. Sorry, OC or not OCD, ADD moment. Yeah, we wanted to try to stick together. Dude, this was back in like 2011, 2012. Like Discord wasn't quite a thing yet. Like Vent and TeamSpeak and shit like that were all still like the big shit. And IRC? Is it IRC? Yeah. It's like that was all still kind of like, you know, the relevant stuff of the time. And like we made like a website and stuff, and we tried to stick together. It just didn't work. It sucked. But like the way Discord now is awesome, because you could kind of build a community off of it, especially in the case of like streamers. The only shitty part about it is getting it off the ground. So like, for instance, I've had the Discord and it's populated with some people, but nobody communicates in there because, you know, especially with some of the people that I'm in there with now, we're also in another Discord that isn't my streaming one, you know what I mean? So like the communication happens elsewhere instead of there, so it's just kind of like it's a dormant thing right now. Plus, the people that are on there play fucking such a wide range of stuff, and some of these people that are there don't play any games at all anymore because reality hits you hard, bro, and they ain't got the time for it. What the fuck am I looking for? I gotta be blind. It's not a... Oh, I have to slay these things. Why aren't I fucking seeing anything, though? Still on Skype. Oh, yeah, Skype was a thing, too. That's right. Dude, we had, like a couple years long fucking, like, single chat call thing that's, like, lost to time now. Ah, nice! Finally fucking found something. Guess I just wasn't going high enough. Yeah, dude. Skype was it for us for a little while. For purposes of D&D, it would be a lot more useful for GMs players if I was participating on there. Dude, that's nuts. That's a lot of content, dude. Yeah, it'd be cool. And being able to have specific channels with that type of information to, like, have, like, kind of archived for other people to be able to reference and shit. I'm missing something. Why? Dude. I gotta be blind. Alright, well this isn't in the circle, so I don't know why the fuck I'm going that way. It's down, okay. Alright, around this level somewhere, right? Alright, this is like kind of agitating me a little bit now. How far down? Oh! I didn't even see this pop up. Hyperion, huh? I guess it was kind of... I was going to say, hey, I'm from Ultros. But I guess that's literally at the top of the screen, so yeah. Yeah, to what extent is there like cross-server play these days? Because like I know you can have the there's like the cross-realm link shells and stuff now, which I think is fucking awesome. And I know there's world transfers and shit like that, which is, or realm or whatever. All right. Take a slow inventory. There's so much purple. Oh, there it is! Ha ha! Yeah! Just had to have a little patience. The requirement in my studying has also been for crafting adventures, and so certain details I like to focus on, but it makes stories so much better in my opinion if the GM knows also. But yeah, I'm not a big D&D guy. Not that I dislike it. I've never had an opportunity to sort of get into it. But yeah, I would definitely assume that having a game master that knows a ton of shit would make for a better experience, because you could pull from so much more to enrich the story. As long as it's the same data center, you can travel from world to world and hang out and do everything. Really? That's cool. That's fucking awesome. I like that. Holy shit, what is this? Dear God. Let's get some heals on this man. Oh no. Did I just heal myself? Can I not heal them? I'm totally healing myself. Oh, what is this? This guy's gonna die. Oh, I was able to cast regen on him, though. What the fuck is this? Failed. Well, what is that? Is that like somebody for PvP? What is that? Why are they orange? Oh, that's you! Oh, I'm like sitting here, I'm like, wait a second. Hey! Yeah, I was like, wait, why is that fucking person's name is orange? Am I about to die? And then I actually read the name. So I'm like, oh shit. Oh, I didn't have you targeted. Fail. That's so cool. So like you can do that. That mount is sick. What is that? Oh, this ain't gonna show me, is it? How would you even, how do you see what the mounts are, or can you? You kind of just have to know. Ah, okay. You can't check that? Yeah. Because there was earlier there was like some weird shit. I later found out by looking in the store where it came from, but there was somebody on like a fucking giant whale. A flying whale. I was like, what the hell is this? And I was trying to figure it out by like examining him and stuff, and it was like I just couldn't find it. And then by chance I happened to be checking the store because I was curious to see if there was any way to skip the formalities for flying in fucking zones, but there isn't. And I happened to by chance see it there, and I was like, oh, okay. That's where that came from. And on that subject, actually, I was really happy to see that a lot of like the fan festival stuff was made available for like purchase for those that didn't get to go to the fan festivals. So that's nice. That's cool. I don't know if I'll ever purchase them, but I feel like that option is nice to have. Second soul of the 1561s. Okay, so all right, I don't remember. Okay, it was this. So for the duties, all right. So so for these, like I turned off the trackers because I wasn't doing them. But so for these specifically, are they not level synced? So like technically speaking, I could just get somebody insane to go with me and then kind of just like carry me. Because, like, I know some... I know I saw some of them were level synced, but others weren't. And I was... Not that I was, like, confused, but I was kind of, like... Not 100% certain. Sorry, Kenny. D&D can be fantastic or horrible just based off their playstyle, but the lack of understanding of things can also make things fly or drown. If you have a bad experience with D&D, it's often the players, not the mechanics. Gotcha. Yeah, I could see how, like, a bad GM could make or break the experience overall. Uh-oh, what just happened? Oh, my, nightmare ran away. Choose to run synced or not. If unsynced, you only get chest loot and completion count. You don't get XP. Okay. Now, so you wouldn't get XP because you outrank it, and we wouldn't get chest loot, but I would get the completion and the, well, at least the experience from the quest completion, right? If I'm understanding you correctly. I know I seem like a dum-dum, but like I'm just trying to make sure I understand it so that I gotta keep searching for these Moogles. I gotta look for the pink in the sea of fucking purple and gray. Thank you again for all this help and information. Like, I really, really appreciate it. You have no idea. Like, when I started up yesterday, I felt so fucking lost. I was like, I don't even know where to begin. And then I finished up the realm I was in, which I think was, let me see if I can... It might have been the Highlands. I don't remember. But it was one of the zones. I had, like, a few quests left. I finished them off, and then I was kind of like, where do I go now? And then I just kind of, like, you know, fucking floated around the Aetherites, trying to check to see what was where. Is this EverQuest? No, sir. This is Final Fantasy XIV. Yes, the quest would still give EXP. Now it's not dumb to ask questions. That's how you learn. Hey, fair enough. I totally agree. Not everybody sees it that way. Some people get annoyed with what are seemingly simple questions. I like joking around off on a serious game, so you can go through an adventure. I spend hours on making and tend to want people to, as their character and game, plan and prepare. Well, yeah, I mean, when you put a lot of, now I'm pretty sure this is EverQuest. Ah, you! I love you, guy. How you been, dude? I pop into your streams every now and then, and I know I kind of lurk. I don't really say much. Because a lot of times I'm on the, I'm on my TV. But yeah, Kenny, now that makes total sense. Like, if you're putting that kind of effort into this, I mean, I don't know what it's called when you set a game up for D&D, but like, if you're coming up with like a scenario, a storyline, or whatever, and you're putting that much kind of like effort and detail into it. Yeah, like getting that same kind of investment from the players, I'm sure, is healing up from surgery. Hands doing much better. Dude, that's awesome to hear. I'm glad to hear it, man. I've been seeing you bounce around all kinds of different games lately. Like, you're doing, like, Dead by Daylight, Elden Ring here and there. Like, you're fucking everywhere. I was just telling chat before that, like, I'm kind of in the same mode where, like, I don't... Like, there's some things that are interesting, but most things aren't. And I'm just trying to find, like a game that I can, like, situate myself on and you know, kind of become enveloped with a bit. I was gonna do Elden Ring. I really, really was, man, but I don't know. I think the fact that it's single player, I think, is what not turns me off, but like, I'm very much a creature of social interaction when it comes to gaming. Find like a main game that I can stream more often. Yeah, dude, I totally hear you, man. It's rough. Yeah, it doesn't have to be on stream, but I'm down for running stuff with you or answering questions or giving a rundown of stuff, whatever's want to need it. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Like, really. Like, that means a lot because, like, I'm a broken record, too. I said before, like, it really, like, it's overwhelming. You know, like, if you're getting into a game, like, at the base, you know, like, the game just came out and you're learning the ropes and shit, that's one thing. But a game that's, you know, as established as this, with as much content as this has, and having played it at a different time and then coming back to it and trying to reorient yourself, it's fucking overwhelming. And I didn't expect it to be as old. It's also age too. I'm a boomer, right? So concepts and shit like that don't come to me as easily as they once did. I tend to do a lot more than others. Think of it as about 50 pages before the first. Holy shit, dude. 50. Well, I don't know. I say holy shit. I guess I don't really have a frame of reference for whether or not 50 pages for a first session or game is large or not, but it seems like a lot to me. Really? I knew that there was like some co-op stuff, but I didn't know to what extent there was on Elden Ring. Yeah, I knew. I figured. Memory is bad and I have constant write notes. This is up, right? No, this is down. Yeah, no, Kenny, like, Matt knows me from high school. We go way back. Like, I used to be able to pick things up relatively quickly, and I don't know if it's age or if it's the meds I'm on or a combination of both, but like, things just don't click for me sometimes like they used to. So hopping into this was like, what? Like, I almost didn't like. So I was browsing the PlayStation Store after I got done playing Gran Turismo. On a quick sidetrack here. I was browsing the PlayStation Network store for shit to play after I got done playing Gran Turismo 7. Because there was, like, nothing seemed to appeal on this. And I saw Endwalker, and I'm like, I remember that they were supposed to be coming out with a class that was like the Dark Knight from 11. And it was like, ooh. So it kind of like struck a nostalgia nerve. So I bought the expansion and I installed it and I didn't fucking launch it. I didn't like, I got the expansion and I even like the free game time even already, like, it already expired and shit. So it was like over a month ago when I first purchased it. And for that time, like, I couldn't bring myself to do it because, like, I was like, I don't even know where the fuck to start. extremely overwhelming. There's a ton of shit to do in the game, barely. Yeah, so that was something I was kind of complaining about earlier when I was trying to find like quest hubs and shit to do. Like, it would be nice if they could, now that the game is huge. I mean, the game's been huge for a couple of expansions now, but especially now, and especially for people that might want to come back, it would be nice if they had some sort of like something to give those players some sort of direction, you know, to kind of like, you know, I don't need to be handheld, but at least kind of like push me in the direction of where, you know, there might be quests for my level that I haven't completed, so I could kind of drift over there. Because as it was, if you just look at the map, unless it's like the main story quest, there's fucking nothing there to tell you like, hey, there's a quest here, unless you're already on it and it's an objective. So I was like, I have no fucking idea where to go. So I literally, like, if you go back and watch the VOD, like, I was kind of just roaming about the world map, like, looking for shit. Yeah, so what had happened, Shrath, is that, I was 56, and this was 57, so I couldn't continue on it, so there was nothing to kind of, like, because I know the main story kind of follows, or kind of directs you through hubs and stuff, but, like, I didn't have the benefit of that because the next quest was too high a level for me to grab. Still stuff you haven't done? Yeah, dude, there was a time in WoW that I was so invested, like I was playing like 12 to 14 hours a day, and there was still a ton of shit that I never did in that game, even at the time. Oh, dude, I know they're feeling super well, ultra overwhelmed with Black Desert. Oh yeah, that's right, I did see that on that. Now that you say that, I'm like, oh yeah, I saw him on that. Because it's funny because this other dude, Hashmir, that I know, he also played BDO for a long time. He enjoyed it. I don't even think I gave it a shot. Not because I was disinterested, but just because I think I was occupado with other shit at the time. Most of the pre-made game modules for professionals, right? A little kind of wing it. It's gonna happen only when the content I prepared does not cover it. That's gotta be fun and interesting to play with you then, man. Like having unique, like fully unique kind of stuff going on. Biggest thing, part of me misses WoW so much. Yeah, dude. I'm kind of in a situation with WoW. There's parts of me that want to go back to it, but there's other parts of me that know that I'm gonna be overwhelmed with the amount of stuff going on now and underwhelmed with the quality of the content. You know, because everything I've heard from people that I used to play with that continue to play is that, like, the storytelling is really kind of taking a shit after, or it's been inconsistent since around, like, Wrath Kata. And when Classic came out, I was, like, super interested in that, and I was leveling a lock on that, and then, like, the Blitzchung stuff happened, and, like, that just, like... Yeah, plus the Diablo Immortal stuff at that time, like, just the way Blizzard was acting as like as a company just left a bad taste in my mouth. So I canceled my sub, and that was it. Oh fuck. Oh, these guys are dying quick. I'm not gonna bother. I was gonna repose one of them, but level locked. Have you done? So, all right. You're gonna laugh at me, but I totally forgot about the roulettes until somebody mentioned it earlier. And by the time they mentioned it, like, I'd already wasted a bunch of time and I was about ready to get off stream. I'm comfortable with dungeons insofar as I hope nobody would have any expectations of me because it has been so long. Like, MMOs are kind of like riding a bike. Like, you never truly sort of forget. Like, the main concepts are all the same. It's been years. Well, because it's kind of funny because, like, it's like a key portion of the game are the roulettes. And, like, I totally forgot about it. And then, this dude Hashmir, who's the guy I'm hoping to get back into the game, he was watching me because he's been watching me to kind of gauge whether or not he wants to jump back into it. And he was like, yeah, dude, don't forget to do your, like, daily roulettes and stuff. And I'm like, fuck is that? And he was like, dude, like the dungeon stuff. I was like, oh, right. I forgot all about that. Yeah, the daily roulettes were awesome for XP. That I do recall. Don't want to overwhelm me with that info. Yeah, I'm just playing. I'm definitely comfortable with doing that for sure. It's late for me now, so I don't really want to get involved with anything too time consuming. I wasn't even going to stay up this late, but like I really enjoy the conversation, so I was hanging about and chilling with you guys. Yeah, I agree. Like, there needs to be like a huge shakeup at Blizzard, man. Like, they've been pretty stagnant. They've been pretty stagnant, and like a lot of like the like, I don't know, a lot of the decision making going on over there is pretty questionable. But that's why. So I haven't been back, dude. And I'll be 100 with you guys. Like, I wanted to go back to play BC so bad because I didn't get to experience it when it was fresh. I hopped into WoW when I think it was like a week or two after Sunwell was released, like patch 2.4 or something like that. And I wanted to play BC Classic so bad. But I just like I couldn't bring myself to do it, man. Like I don't want to give them any money until I feel like they're a little bit restructured, as it were. Yeah, that's actually really good to know. Is again to refer back to 11. 11 was very much like that. Like, the community was like super helpful. It's like it's funny how like different games will have a different community atmosphere. You join the Discord for the bringing it. Oh, nice. Welcome aboard. Like I said, there's not too much action in there, but like I feel it's at least a good place to get at least notifications of like, hey, I'm not going to be able to stream, or hey, I uploaded this to YouTube, which FYI, don't feel obligated to go sub over there or anything, but everything that I stream I also upload onto YouTube for archival purposes mainly. I don't edit or anything like that. I just toss it up there for, you know, so that it's there, because Twitch only holds shit for so long. But getting back to the community bit, like, Final Fantasy was always so welcoming and like so cool. Like, the only time I ever had issues with 11 were some of the more elitist Japanese players. Not to say, you know, like the Japanese people in general were, but there were just like, there were hardcore Japanese players that like just would not tolerate people not knowing what they were doing. But for the most part, 11 was very, very, very much like an inclusive and helpful community, at least on my server, which was Cerberus. As, oh, you do community management as your job? Nice. Yeah, no, it's hard. And it's hard because I don't have the kind of time to invest in I don't want to say outreach because it's like an odd kind of term to use, but you know what I mean. Like I don't networking and stuff like that. Like I don't have a whole ton of time. You know, like I got 2 kids and manly maidly duties about the house and stuff. You know, unfortunately unemployed right now, but so that opens up a little bit. But like I don't have a ton of time to network and kind of like build and cross promote, but like kind of like, you know, work with other streamers and so yeah, it's been rough. Plus there's been some shit that's kind of the past couple of years affected my ability to stream consistently, so that hasn't helped either. It was like 2017 into 2018 I was like really hard in streaming for a while, like on PUBG and stuff, and I was gaining an audience, and then my grandmother passed away, and it kind of like crushed my motivation to do a lot of stuff. And so I disappeared for a while from the streaming thing, and then I bounced back to it late last year into early this year. And things were going good at first because I jumped in playing Battlefield 2042, which is like something I was very comfortable playing, but the game itself turned out to be shit. And so, yeah, I was kind of left with my thumb up my ass trying to find another game that I could pivot to while retaining some of the people that were, you know, around for my shooter play, you know? So I'm not trying to play like a woe is me thing, you know, it's every streamer has their own situations and issues or hurdles rather to overcome. But I just kind of wanted to throw it out there as sort of like a backstory for some of you that might not be aware of sort of my history as it pertains to streaming and why, despite being an on and off streamer for years, my community is still itty bitty. I appreciate that, Kenny. Thank you, dude. And I love seeing you here, man, and I'm glad you're doing well. And I'm glad, you know, I'm happy that you stopped by, like, irregardless of, like, hey, I got community support. Like, it's like, you know, anybody that streams will tell you that, like, you build, like, especially with, like, some of your first viewers, you build, like, a real relationship with people, and, like, you care, like, you genuinely care about people as more than just, fucking A. As more than just, like, numbers on a board. Yeah. Dude, oh, Matt. Yeah. I hear you, man. I'm the same way. Like, if I find somebody that I'm interested in watching, or usually I find people when I'm just kind of browsing around, and, like, I'm not the type of guy that'll sit and watch a game. Like, I'm not that typical stream, like, or Twitch viewer. The only person oh, no, I can't even say. I was going to say the only person I've been, like, able to do that with is Doc, but again, that's for him. That's not for the games he plays. But I'm not the type of person that can go to watch a game because I want to watch the game. Like, I'm there because of the person. And, there's a couple of people that, like, I watch for different reasons. Like, if I want to watch, like, elite shooter gameplay, you know, like, Shroud's kind of the go-to. But, and this is no disrespect to him, it's just his personality isn't something that I find entertaining. So, he wouldn't be somebody I would go to, like, hang out and just kind of, like, enjoy as a person. That would be more like a doc. And I hope that that's okay that I'm mentioning that. I don't want fucking Twitch to hit me with some sort of ban hammer or nothing. But most of the people that I watch not for the games at all. It's for people's personalities or skill sets. Honestly, I don't know why anybody watches me. I don't, like, I'm super hard on myself, and Matt, I'm sure you're the same way, and I'm sure a lot of, I'm sure most streamers are the same way. It's like, you sit there and you think to yourself, like, I'm not doing anything that hasn't been done before. And everybody's personality is unique, so there's going to be some people that are drawn to you. The same as, you know, out in the street in real life with friendships and whatnot, like you and I were, I don't want to say, like, attracted, but, you know, like, we became friends in high school because we meshed. There's, like, I feel like finding a streamer that you enjoy is like that too, but, like, when I sit there and I think about myself, I'm like, I don't bring anything new to the table. I wouldn't necessarily say that I'm entertaining. I can get animated, but the way in which I become animated isn't necessarily everybody's thing. You know, usually it's very, like, angry and, like, like, explosive, like, what the fuck? And that's not everybody's thing. But, like, there's a lot of shit where I'm like, man, I don't see how anybody could want to watch me. But, you know, like, my wife will tell me, like, just do it. You know, if nobody watches you, nobody watches you. You're playing games anyway, so. And you like to talk and you don't shut up, so at least that's it's an outlet for that. Even if I do rant a bit and get off topic. But dude, I get, like, pre-stream anxiety, like, literally almost every time I hit go live. And for a variety of reasons. It's always something different. Sometimes I'm like, oh man, like, I look like shit today, or oh man, like, I'm not really feeling the games today, or oh, Shrath, you stream too? Sorry, like, I've been talking to Matt directly as it pertains to streaming because I know that he's a streamer because we're friends, so. Sorry, Kenny, let me backtrack here for a second. If you streams interaction primarily. Yeah, I mean, for everybody, I get, you know, there's some times where it's like, you know, I don't necessarily want to purchase a game outright, and I don't want to just watch some, like, or read some written reviews, or watch, like, you know, like you know, curated content for a specific game. I kind of want to see somebody, like, actually playing it to kind of get an idea before I make a decision to jump in. So I totally get you on that. Yeah, I think everybody, you know, everybody's got some sort of, I mean, there are really confident people out there, but I think, like, a lot of people are, self-reflective and self-conscious about their, ability to, be on camera. Because that's what it is. Like, it's, you know, I had somebody whom I hadn't spoke to in a long time who I've been speaking with recently, and, she was very much like, I don't understand how you can get on there and stream. And it's like, I didn't realize that was like a difficult thing. Like, the getting on stream and talking to people doesn't really nerve-wrack me too much. But it never really hit me that's something that somebody could, like, not be able to comprehend as, like, a doable thing. You know what I mean? Today is a social. Yeah, Kenny, again, going back to what we were talking about earlier. Yeah, like, yeah, the social climate is a dumpster fire. I have that issue as well. Yeah, that's I think the talking. Well, yeah, I mean, if you're not talking, you're not You're not talking. You're not like, what are you going to be doing to entertain people? You know, how are people going to know? That's if you're somebody that is not animated, you don't really talk. That's when you start finding people that are there that show up strictly for the games, as opposed to you, because they don't know you because you're not interacting with them. Like, I'm not playing the game right now because I'm interacting with you guys. And is that a prioritization that some viewers might not like? Maybe, but I would rather talk and communicate and take a pause to give you my focus than to sort of like half-assedly answer in chat because I'm preoccupied. You know what I mean? The advice I used to give my buddy is, you aren't your audience. Hey, that's a good one. Yeah, because I sit there. It's true, though. Like, I sit there and like I wouldn't watch me. You know? Like, I've even sat back and, like, everybody's their own worst critic, right? But, like, I watch my VODs because I like to make sure that, the stuff in the stream is running properly, first of all, and, excuse me, I like to critique myself with respect to how communicative I am and how animated I can be, you know? And I'm not a fake guy. Like, anybody that knows me will tell you that the way I am on stream is the way I am in real life. Like, I'm not here to put on an act. I'm kind of like a take it or leave it guy, you know? Like, I might be a little louder here, but my reactions and stuff, they're not like exaggerated. But so I'll look back to make sure that, like, okay, like, was there like a quiet period where or a lull where like I was just kind of like farting around, not paying attention to chat, or you know what I mean? Like, you guys know, you know what I mean? I don't have to explain it. People say that to me because yeah. No, the lead up to streaming, yeah, it's always a little nerve-wracking because you want to make sure that everything is fucking perfect. You want to make sure that nothing's changed with your audio. You want to make sure that you're feeling the game. You want to make sure that you're able to be yourself, you know, in a manner that everybody knows you as. And I mean that as like a, you know, you're not having like a down day where you just kind of want to be left alone and you're not putting into it. You know what I mean? It's like all kinds of shit. Worried, you know, I used to worry a lot about the kind of viewership I would get, you know? Like, now I try really hard not to pay attention to what I have for viewers. I just try to, like, walk through what I'm doing and, you know, be emotive with stuff. So that on the off chance that somebody pops in and they don't show up as a viewer, at least I'm there doing something. You have the view count disabled. Dude, I tried doing that and I can't keep it off because I don't know, like, and it's not because like I'm so concerned about it, like, oh, like I got a couple of viewers today. It's like it's just like, I don't know, like I like knowing. And there's like that little tick in my head that's just like, if I don't see it, then it just kind of gets to me. A lot of people not in the environment don't realize that like 90% of streamers are not inherently social people. That's true. Yeah, that is 100% true. A lot of people don't sit there and kind of like think to the fact that like most of these people are gamers, and you know, not to generalize, but you know, gamers are usually pretty introverted people for the most part, at least in a live social setting. But with respect to communicating online with people that they don't necessarily have to be face to face with, it's much more comfortable. I'm 100% like that. Like, if especially with people that I don't know, like if I'm in a crowd of people I absolutely do not know anybody, I'm fucking anxious as hell. if I know somebody, it takes the edge off because at least I can kind of gravitate toward that person and kind of like, okay, you know, shift along with them. But when it comes to online, I have no problem talking to people at all. I mean, I do, but I don't. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's that social anxiety isn't there. And I don't know if that's because I'm not looking at a face. I don't know. I'm gonna play the game far too much. Watch this movie. Yeah, it does all the right things. Are there people that stream D&D? I know that, well, there's a section for it, right? There's a category for it in Twitch. Again, sorry I stopped kind of playing. I just I'm really involved in the conversation. Like, it's more of like a, ooh. Turn it off if it's causing issues. There's nothing wrong with having it on, though. Yeah. Like I said, it's not something... It used to be something... Yeah. How dare you? Back to the game. Yeah, it's the view count isn't something that gets me anxious anymore. It did. It used to. It really grated on me. And that was more like when I was transitioning from Battlefield to try to find something else to pivot to. You know, watching you know, checking out the dashboard and seeing all the metrics fucking, like, you know, take a nosedive. It was like a really fuck, man, I lost the word. I had it there. That happens a lot too now these days. I lose the word I was gonna fucking say. It's on the tip of my tongue. Is there even anything up here? Am I wasting my time? Holy shit! What is that? That's a big boy. Very sound sensitive to having more than one person. Worrisome things. Noises. Eating into the mic can give me headaches and migraines. Really? So I guess you're not really not really big on the ASMR then, huh, Kenny? Yes, Shrath, yes. It is. There's something about having that kind of like the screen. Something about having that screen there between you and the other person that alleviates a lot of the anxiety of it. Really? So like sitting here like, oh man, like eating the mic can give him headaches and migraines. Like, oof, man. Like a lot of the ASM artists these days would not appeal to you, as they are literally eating the mics these days. Demoralizing. That was the word I was looking for. Ha! I knew it would come to me eventually. It only took me like 5 minutes. Yeah, the like seeing the metrics drops is very demoralizing. Sensitive to certain sounds, the sensitivity can cause all sorts of strainedness in the body. Yeah, that's what ASMR is all about, right? Sounds inducing sensations in the body. Whether it be tingles or relaxation. I used to love watching ASMR. I don't bother with the category anymore because it's become something different. I don't want to criticize because to each their own. But yeah, I just it's not for me anymore, at least not on Twitch. Oh, where's the world map? Where is is... Oh, I just clicked this, right? Boom, there it is. Yes. Is it worth holding on to the Aetherite tickets? Like, do you ever get more, or is it kind of just like... I just feel like it's, you know, I don't know if like there's a reason to hold on to them, or if I should just fucking use them. I mean, obviously you would want to use them for the more expensive jumps, but... Oh, okay, okay. Thank you. Yeah, the majority of ASMR these days, if you're not one with the ear licking and noms and woo-woos, and yeah, it's not the place for you. I don't know what the fuck happened to it, man. Like, it is what it is. Yeah, I don't remember what the term is, but and I've spoken about it before. I don't something happened in 2020. I don't know if it was COVID or if it was just like the stress of the pandemic or whatever that kind of like threw me into a mental fucking break, but something happened. But anyway, and ever since like about mid 2020, I have and like I said, I forget the terminology for it, but I have tinnitus in my left ear that coincides with my pulse. Not always, just sometimes. But when it happens, it's like it's fucking nerve-wracking because I'm listening to my pulse, and it's... So I totally get how the totally help I could totally relate to that. Also, money isn't a huge issue if you're doing roulettes in the main story quest. Just generally playing the game, you get money like it's candy, which is why the housing market is as inflated as it is. Good to know, because I was sitting there and I'm like, is like 1.2 million, like, is that even a lot of money? Like, am I gonna rip through that? I'm not gonna lie, a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, Satan Spawn may or may not have engaged in real money trade. Because he was lazy. Oh, I gotta search for the terror. I'm like, why am I here? What am I doing? Yeah, I may or may not have engaged in that. Not on this game. But I was just too lazy to farm and shit and do what needed to be done. So I'm glad to hear that money isn't necessarily a difficult thing to come by if you play. All right, I'm gonna pay attention to this real quick. She must be around here somewhere. I take it you've had no luck either? No, Alphanod? I do remember the Alphanod, though. I don't remember much about them, but... Fine amount for normal play. Nothing for housing or buying stuff. Yeah, well, that's it for all games. If you're somebody that, like, has just gone through questing and you're not, like, hardcore into it, usually that's kind of rough. I'm sorry, I forgot I said anything. Oh, forgot I said anything. Wait, down there! Isn't that Tataru? Those men are chasing her! Quickly, Satan Spawn, after them! Roger that. I've committed to actually reading the main story stuff. Not the side stuff, it is what it is. But the, main stuff, at least.
Where do you think you're going?
Oh, it's voice acted! Fuck yeah!
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend.
What's going on here?
He sounds exactly like I would have expected and kind of remember.
What's it to you, boy? Piss off.
Piss off. Well worth to read when it's not voice. Is that, like, it seems like there's not much of it that's voiced, at least thus far.
Hold on. I've seen them around. They're in and out of House 4 Tom's Manor all the time.
Quiet as possible even when you eat? Wow. Is that something that can happen from dentist work? The big beats generally are, but yeah, there's a lot of unvoiced. I mean, that's fine with that. I like to fuck around and read things in you know.
Oh, I see. Skulking about at your highborn master's bidding, eh?
Read things in my own way.
To catch a whiff of heresy, is that it?
Is that it?
You are quite mistaken, I assure you. We came here to help.
He just sounds like a
And if you know
pompous
what's good
douche.
for you, you will let us pass.
Oh no, I accidentally. I double clicked.
Enough!
I missed
Leave threatening
missed
women and
dialogue.
children to our betters. We don't have the knack.
Interesting. I didn't know that, Kenny. Hilda?
Lay a finger on the blue blood's pups, and you're like to lose the hand.
We got a badass over here.
And often I get called on by glorious heroes like yourself. So tell me, what have I done to deserve you?
Can you guys hear the dialogue, by the way? Like, I didn't have a chance to watch my VOD from yesterday, so I don't know how the, Alfie is kind of a pompous idiot from a rich family. Hey, at least he's trying, though. Yeah, it's all good? Okay. Okay, cool. Scar and Lion King. I have the new one, right? Because I haven't watched the new one yet. It's a lot of shit I haven't watched, actually, that, like, it's kind of in, like, my backlog of shit that, like, okay, I gotta watch that at some point. Before you start, let's go somewhere a bit more private, eh? The Forgotten Knight, say? His voice for Scar was amazing. I'll have to give it a check. I gotta go up, right? I think. Yeah, because down takes me to another zone, right? The only thing that sucks about, like, jumping back into this is that, like, I don't recall anything about the story. It really kind of sucks. Like, I kind of want to, Oh, it's a duty. Alright, well, I'm not going to do this now. This is probably where I'm going to end it for the night, then. Because, like, like I said, I don't want to get involved with anything. It's already 1:30. But yeah, as I was saying, like, it's kind of frustrating. I think I might go back and at least maybe find some YouTube videos with some summarization, or maybe just, like, find, like, the big, like you said, like the big beat kind of cutscenes to sort of get caught up with it. I don't think I'm very far into the story as a whole. You know, I'm only 57, so I doubt that I'm too far. But we could rewatch cutscenes in game. So is it? All right. Well, what did I just click? Oh, lock and unlock the minimap compass. Oh, look at that. Okay. Where would I do that? Active help play guide. That's the play guide. Oh, that launches the browser. You can walk me through it off stream. All right, yeah, like no big deal. I'm obviously not gonna do it now because you know it's late, but Yeah, I'll definitely get with you and figure that out. I know that they had. I saw the New Game Plus thing where you can go through the old quests and shit like that. Like that's fucking cool. But actually, so maybe you can answer this for me. I have a question about the New Game Plus thing. So, say I switch jobs to something and I'm starting fresh on a new job. If I do New Game Plus stuff, am I then able to reacquire the experience from those quests that to go toward, you know, the different job? Or is it just a way to kind of, you know, relive those quests? Doesn't award XP. Okay. All right. Because I was like, oh man, like that's kind of a cool feature if you're going to if you're gonna level like another job, because then at least you can kind of like go through everything again. I guess but all right, so that's good to know. That's good to know. Thank you again. Thank you. I'm happy to be playing it again, by the way. Like, I love it. Like, I've only been doing the questing, but still, like, it's just hitting on all those beats for me, you know? I missed it. I still haven't visited player housing and shit like that since I've been back in. I think I visited a delivery Moogle where I was at to get, like, the veteran bonuses and collector's edition bonuses that I had grabbed. But I don't even remember like how the fuck to get to player housing. Like it's so sad. Releases the happy chemicals in the monkey brain. It does. Because it's different, right? Like, I'm a shooter player. Like, I really really love playing shooters. BRs, you know, I'm not big on arena shooters, but, you know, like our Battlefield type of stuff, like big, open map kind of combat shit like that. Like, but there's always been something about MMOs that has always like drawn me into like it's like just, it's a nice, even with difficult content, like it's just like, it's a more relaxed experience where I could just kind of sit back, chill, enjoy the story, enjoy the company of the people I'm playing with. You know, now that I'm streaming, enjoy the company of those that are hanging around and chilling with me on stream and stuff. Whereas, like, with the shooters, it's like a constant, you know, like, it's just, it's so much different. Like, this game, the genre hits different, you know what I mean? Very story-driven. I am too, but, like, my biggest issue is giving a game enough time to draw me in, or to hook me. I don't have the patience. So like if I'm trying to think of a great example. Mass Effect. Mass Effect is a perfect example. I started playing that game at one point and the initial bit of it wasn't like intriguing enough for me. So I was like, I had dropped it, but then at some point, a short while after, I gave it another shot and I gave it more time, and I fucking love that story. I don't remember 100% of it because it's been a long time since I played it, but like at Mass Effect, God of War hooked me pretty quick, but that was because the gameplay was very violent, and I kind of like hack and slash shit like that. But the story of the newest one was incredible. I love that so much. I recently did that on stream. Long gone are the days when multiple games come out for 2 to 4 players running through the store to get it. Yeah, I don't I don't know whatever happened to the old co-op style games like Borderlands. Borderlands was awesome for that. That was like when Borderlands first came out, that was like, holy shit, this is fucking awesome. Or Left 4 Dead. There's another one. Yeah, man. Co-op games like that. Obviously those are shooter examples, but those are really I guess Destiny would be another. Again, another shooter. I have a lot of experiences with shooters. My my MMO experiences is pretty limited to, let's see, what Final Fantasy 11, WoW, there was another one I briefly played, and I don't recall the name of it. It was like an offbeat one though. SWTOR. This. I think that's it. Oh no, I forgot the most important one, and if Matt's still here, he's probably upset I didn't mention it, but I actually only had limited involvement in that because I was poor and didn't have a computer at the time, but The Matrix Online. That game was fun. Like the some of the stuff in that game that like it's I don't know. For some reason in my mind, the biggest thing that stuck out to me about The Matrix Online was the nightclub. Because there was actually like a legit, like there was like a radio station. It wasn't like a radio station, but it was like a thing you could tune into that like everybody was listening to the same shit at the same time. It was like really cool. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have for experience with MMOs actually. But tons and tons of shooters. I don't know why. But to be fair, the MMOs that I did play, unbelievable. Yeah, dude. I still, you know what? I don't think Final Fantasy 11 was yet a thing. Or if it was, it wasn't something I had been introduced yet. So like, The Matrix Online was my first exposure to an MMO. And that, like I said, that specifically was like such a big thing that I was like, wow, like, this is so fucking cool. Cause you're like in a packed club with like a tons of people and you're listening to shit that all of them are also listening to. And like, who the fuck knows where they're from? Like that whole, like the, you know, obviously is kind of a simpleton back then because, you know, like the whole online gaming shit hadn't really matured or anything then. It was still in its infancy, to be fair. So it was like this big amazing thing. I think the only like online gaming that I had done prior to that was like SOCOM 2 for the PS2 I was heavy into. And before that, I had dabbled on a downstairs neighbor's computer to play Delta Force 2. But that was my only exposure to online gaming at that time. Dude, but I remember like, The Matrix made such a huge impact on me and my desire to play MMOs. So when Final Fantasy 11 came out on the PS2, I like hopped right the fuck on it. Started with a Q. Dude, I couldn't even tell you. Like I said, unfortunately, I didn't have the chance to really play it when it was relevant. You were my only outlet to do that. And I thank you. I thank you for that. Like really. You were far, far, far too generous with your time and let's say like equipment, I guess. Of course, seems to want to force people to MMO if they're going to do a group game. Yeah, that's. Because the thing of it is like, I don't want to say limit, but if you design it with co-op in mind, limiting a game to just a couple of players as opposed to opening it up to something bigger and scalable, you know, more scalable, like you're kind of cutting out a chunk of potential profit, which at the end of the day is what most of these companies are really, all of these companies, at least the AAA ones, are in it for. Making you all emotional at 1:38 a.m. Man, I love you, Matt. You know that, dude. Dude, speaking of level makers, like I bought an analog pocket that's supposed to have like like you can make like Game Boy games with it. That I like when I first heard about it and shit, like that was one of the reasons why I bought it. I was really interested in it. And I still haven't even fucking cracked that open to play it. I hang out with you guys for a couple more minutes. I'll probably have to call it quits. The eyes are starting to get a little heavy. The AI for enemies in a lot of games is very simplistic. Yes. And I've totally fallen victim to that before. Impulse buying shit that I'm like, oh wow, that's cool. I could buy that. Boom, done. And then like a month later, I earn something else in game that's cooler, or something else comes out, and then the joy of that purchase is kind of sucked away. I kind of want to get back to the topic of like the internet at large. I think that like, and it's not even just the internet, man. Like as I get older, I've been trying to like, maybe this might get too deep at this, and I don't know why this popped into my head, but I was thinking about it. You just said advertising, and when I was talking about, you know, game makers being for profit, like instead of primarily like, you know, content and stuff. And I was wanting to say there's as I've gotten older, there's been like something, and maybe, you know, maybe it's a symptom of getting older, but like things don't feel the same as they were when I was younger. And like I've sat in like deep thought trying to figure out like what is it that like has kind of like sucked my joy for shit. Skin economies. It's fucking true. It's true. And it gets me every fucking time, too. It really, really does. League tripped you out? Dude, League tricked me out of a lot of fucking money. A lot of money. I'm ashamed to say it. I enjoyed it while I played it. I'll say that, but getting back to it, I realized it's the fucking commercialization of everything. Everything in society. Like, advertising, it's been a thing forever, but it's everywhere now. And every facet of life is like commercialized now. Everything is like about profit and money and greed, and it's like it fucking sucks the life out of me, man. You know, like, and I'm reminded of it every fucking time I go to watch a video on like Discovery Plus or fucking YouTube on my TV and shit, where I don't have the benefit of ad block and stuff. It's like you're fucking bombarded with advertisements all the time, everywhere you fucking turn, no matter what it is you're on, whether it's a fucking website or a video or you're out for a fucking walk or... See, that's what I, like, so in my head, Treth, I'm like, has it become a more enveloping thing than it was? You know, by nature of the internet and like content consumption? Or was it because I was a kid? Because yeah, advertising and, you know, money driven shit it's always been there. You're 100% right. But it feels like the avenues through which advertisers could get you was much more limited. Yeah, it's because of the internet. Because like back then, you know, advertisements would come in the form of radio, billboard, you know, or you know, print, and television commercials. But now, you know, we're like attached to devices where, you know, whether it be mobile or desktop, you know, like it's fucking everywhere, and it's such an overload, man. And like, yeah. Well, to speak to that for a second, Matt, I think what bus stops, bus ad, yeah. Like it's always been there, but I don't know. It seems so much more in your face now with the internet because I guess because the internet is so integral to our lives now, you know. But to speak on that, Matt, like I remember with Steam, like, opening the floodgates for all kinds of, like, you know, indie devs and stuff, that, like, the market got flooded with, like, just dog shit cheap games. There were some, like, you know, gems, hidden gems, but for the most part, it's just, like, a whole ton of dog shit that, like, just got dumped onto the Steam store. But yeah, like a lot of the good stuff is stuck behind a paywall, whether it be, you know, like Shrath said earlier, skin economies, or, you know, sometimes even pay to win shit. Like yeah. Like there's no game that's like 100% enjoyable and, I don't know, but like there's no game that's 100% free that you could experience literally all of the fucking joys that everybody else does that, you know, have disposable income. Yeah, that's fair, Shrath. And like, listen, like, you know, I don't want to fault people for, like, you know, creating passion projects. Listen, like, some of the most iconic shit that's ever been, you know, some of the most iconic franchises have come from just, like, smaller passion projects. But it just seemed like there was so many people that were trying to cash in on, like, that cheap or early access shit. You know, they're just trying to get a quick buck from people. SWTOR is free to play. Yeah. Yeah, I heard that. Hashmir had told me about that. Which, I mean, it's cool that you could, like, at least play the game, but you can't even use game support unless you're a sub? Dude, that's kind of shit. Light novels that have the main character entering a game that is pay to win. Have reborn, reincarnate, and have infinite money. Oh yeah, of course. The internet's an incredible thing, and like I don't. It's hard for me to envision how I would function in a world without it. I mean, obviously, you know, the generation, I'm 35, the generation I'm a part of is like, you know, one of the last to be able to enjoy a strictly analog, you know, society. So, but like, it's been such a huge part now, and you're right, there's been so much good to come of it in the way of like, just, you know, accessibility to information and shit like that. I know I'm not a boomer, but that's what the kids call it. That's what my kids call me anyway. Fucking boomer now. But let me give you guys a little bit bigger me. Scary, I know. I apologize. But yeah, no, you're 100% right, Traz. You got to take with the bad with the good. I do think that the bad, I don't know. I think social media is, ooh, baby. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like social media is like a cancer on society. I like it was so good initially because it was a way to stay connected and shit, but like it's become such a toxic thing now. Yeah, no, it is. Yeah. Like it is crazy. Can't open tickets otherwise. You have to call a 1-800 number, dude. Fuck that. And yeah, no, technology is fucking nuts, man. When you think about like how far technology has come, just even in the last 10 years, it's insane. Like it's huge. Like the rate at which technology is advancing is like mind-boggling. No, you're right. It is. It's just a tool. It's a tool, and how people utilize it, you know, is gonna make it, you know, make or break what it is. And you know, when I say that social media is a cancer, I don't necessarily mean, you know, it as a tool is a cancer, just that what society has kind of developed into as a result of, you know, having that tool has been a bit cancerous, I think. But yeah, no, I 100% agree though. Like social media itself as a tool is not a problem. It's a really fucking good advancement of technology. It's a really good tool to have, especially for, you know, it's huge for me with family. Like I have family in Massachusetts and I'm down in New Jersey. So being able to, you know, I mean, like, yeah, there's, you know, the smartphones, but like social media is a good way to keep in touch with family that, you know, even extended family, you know, to kind of keep people in the loop as to, you know, hey, like this is going on or that's going on, or I'm gonna go pull this up on here. I gotta see what this is about. Oh no, what is this? Hold on. Ooh, baby. Oh, that was kind of slick. I don't know. Ooh, baby. I don't know. I give myself a little pat on the back for that one. Thank you. It's a new alert. Hey, that's a good idea, man. Thank you for that clip. I'm gonna fucking, yeah. I'm gonna use that as a fucking, maybe I'll do that for follows. maybe transition it to subs maybe when we if I start picking up speed. Be a funny sound for people to follow the stream. Yeah, I agree. I gotta make a GIF of that and put it up as the thing, because not that my stuff is generic now, but it's like it's very thematic thanks to Streamlabs OBS, which made things super easy for someone like me. So like, you know, like it's cool, but I think all of my alerts are that. So having that in there would be good. Hey, give myself a pat on the back. That was like probably the slickest wink I think I've ever done in my life. My wife would be jealous right now, Matt, and that was all for you, pal. But yeah, hey, I you know, I want to say thank you guys, like really from like right here, like deep in here through you know the agita and everything, like my clogged cholesterol ridden arteries into that fucking cold dark heart. I want to say thank you guys for hanging out tonight, man. Like you guys really lifted me, honestly. I enjoy, like I said, you know, I always enjoy conversation, always. And especially when people are engaging in it in like, you know, respectful and expansive ways, you know, in stuff that's not necessarily... My cholesterol is a touch high. I had my blood work done early in May. And it was on the high side of normal, so I had to keep an eye on that. Not that I wish that on others. Anytime I do, thanks, man. Again, hey, thank you guys, honestly, for the follows, for the conversation, man, just being here, whether you were lurking or chatting it up, man, like, thank you guys, honestly. Like, this fucking night's been pretty awesome. I'm happy to be getting back into Final Fantasy. Even if it was a bit frustrating at first because I didn't know what the fuck to do. Yeah, I'm hoping I don't get to a point where I have to take meds for it. You know, I feel for you. That sucks. My father, you have some issues with slobs? I've fucked around with it a lot, so whatever I can help you with that, I'll, and have that give and take, you know, if there's something I can help you with, because you've been, like I said, you've been super duper helpful. Even in the brief time you've been here with Final Fantasy. So if there's any way I can reciprocate. Oh, personal gripes. Okay. Hey, listen, I've said this before, and you know, yeah, I'm not like a religious guy, but in the sense that, you know, I'm thinking about somebody, like I have a viewer who was talking about like suicide and shit, and I haven't seen him in a while, and that like it really worries me, and I pray he didn't do anything rash or impulsive. But like I said to him, and I said on stream to everybody there, and I'll say to everybody going forward, man, like, if anybody ever wants to talk, whether it's venting or you're in a shit spot or, you know, you want to share happy news, whatever it is, if anybody ever needs somebody to talk to and you want to trust some stranger on the internet with that information, I'm here. You know, like whether it's through Discord or if I'm streaming and you know, you need to chat with me or whatever to get shit off your chest for whatever reason, like I said, like I'm here, and don't ever hesitate. That goes for anybody, whether you're new here or I've known you since high school. Nah, religion has its place. I'm not a hyper-religious guy, but I'm not an atheist either. I'm in a conflicted state. I'll leave it at that without getting too involved in that. It's one of those kind of like touchy subjects that, not touchy for me, but just touchy in general. You know, it's not something, you know, like religion and politics are two subjects that, as like a public facing person, you don't necessarily want to invite conversation about necessarily. So I'm gonna get too into that, but and I don't want to I don't want to continue ranting too much either, because my wife was laughing at me earlier because yesterday, because like I get so involved in chatting and stuff like that I go on these long fucking like outro tangents that like they go off on they branch all different ways, and it almost never ends until finally like it clicks in my head like, dude, shut the fuck up and just end it, so like, you know, people can go to bed. But yeah, as I said before, for anybody that's new, all of this stuff gets dropped off at my on my YouTube. I upload it in 1440p 60, so it's better quality than what you're witnessing here live. If there's anything you ever missed, some of the streams take a long time to post because I don't know, YouTube is fucking slow with processing HD shit. I'm sure you guys that stream or have uploaded content know what I'm talking about. Like, it just sometimes, especially with longer streams, it fucking sometimes could take like a week or two. But if you ever want to check out my older content in decent quality, that's where you can find it. I don't remember where to find the link for it here on Twitch, but somewhere in some About Me section. Like I said, you're not like, don't feel pressured to subscribe or anything like that. It's just, like I said, I use it primarily for archival purposes. Excuse me. But I will I don't, all right, so I don't want to commit to tomorrow because I think second level 70 today. Let's go. Let's fucking go. That's what's up. Is that a link to my channel? Oh, it is. Thank you, Matt. Thank you. That's dude, and that's something. Thank you for linking that, dude. That's something else I got to set up too, is like a chat bot for shit. I'm like, dude, there's so much stuff I'm behind the curb on. I have emote slots I haven't gotten around to doing. Like, I have to buckle down one day and just like take the time to do it. Yeah, Kenny. Well, like Shaz said about the internet, you know, like religion's another one of those things where you got to take the good with the bad. Religion's capable of doing incredible things, and it's also been known to cause incredible harm. Hey, Matt with the sub, man. Thank you. How many months in a row is that now? That's like, you're on a streak. I know that much. Yeah, oh, that was free. Oh, it was. Okay. This is what happens when, hey, you know what? Hey, thank you for the sub, though. I think I'm still subbed to you on there. When you were getting into the Let's Plays and stuff a long ways back. I'm pretty sure I did. I will double check, though. Feel free to drop that in chat if you want to. Yeah, so Sheth, I didn't my youngest wanted to do something tomorrow. There was something I'm trying to remember what the fuck it was. So I don't want to commit to streaming tomorrow. I'm going to try to, but if what he wanted to do is going to be, if what he wanted to do is time consuming, then I'll just be on later. But I will be on. I can give you my, one of your friends has a youngin', so you completely understand. Yeah, I have a 10-year-old and a soon-to-be 15-year-old, so life over stream, yep. 100%. So, like I said, I may or may not be on tomorrow. Or here's what I'll say. I'm going to be on tomorrow. It's just a matter of what time. And I'm sorry I can't give you a definitive time. I do recall him mentioning something earlier, and I don't want to... I don't want to, you know, have any conflicts. But again, I'm rambling. I'm looking down because I can't remember where the fucking button is on my stream deck here. But thank you guys for the fucking conversation, man. Honestly, thank you guys for the conversation, the follows, the support. It's fucking awesome, and I'm so appreciative of it. And the stream go the fuck to sleep. Dude, I really need to. I'm dying. But yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. I hope you have a great rest of your night. And if I don't see you until later tomorrow, I hope that your Saturday is excelente. Yeah, I love you guys. Be safe. Peace.